Welcome to the Dallas Stars versus Minnesota Wild pregame show. NHL playoffs game number 4 between the Dallas Stars and Minnesota Wild. I got my buddy on the line, NHL Dallas Stars aficionado, JJ Neely in the building. We're going to get his thoughts as well. The Stars find themselves down 2-1. Facing a very hostile home crowd here in game number 4. How are you doing, Mr. Neely?
I'm doing just fine. And yourself?
Not so good, man, because this is not good right here, okay? We're down 2-1. Our stars weren't shining bright at all on Friday night. This building here was going absolutely bananas. And I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the crowds having the energy. I don't know what it was, man, but they were as lethargic as I've seen them all year. What did you think about Friday night's game?
I found myself wondering if they even realized there was a game. So, yeah.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. So what do you think they got to do tonight? What do you need to see for them to get a win here in Minnesota and even the series at 2-2, bringing it back to Dallas?
Well, they're going to have to get it through their heads that there is a game. They're going to have to play a little extra. They're going to have to hit them hard and hit them fast. Minnesota is a fast team. And from the goalie all the way to the top center, man, they just got to get to it. And I think Gustafson's in net for Minnesota tonight. I might be mistaken there, but they're going to have to park a bus in front of him. They just need to do better, man. They did it the other night, 7-3. They need to do all of that again.
Right. Yeah, Minnesota, and looking at the game live, I thought we would have an advantage in speed, but what I'm seeing on the ice is not looking like that for certain. And after the game, the post-game presser on Friday night, one of the individuals that they brought into the post-game room for us to interview was Marcus Foligno.
Oh.
And this kid, when I say this dude, man, is huge. Okay, so he walks in standing at 6'3", 221 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And he did some damage the other night. And as we all know, Minnesota's a very physical team. Is the physical nature of this game causing our guys a problem?
I believe it is, because this team is loaded with speed and finesse. You got a guy like Tyler Seguin. He's too pretty to hit. He will tell you, no, I don't hit anybody. I don't fight because I'm too pretty. I want to see somebody like Ty Dellandrea. He fought in the minors. He fought in the OHL, I believe, when he was the Flint Firebirds captain. He can throw down. I don't know why he's not. Max Domi, the son of Ty Domi, he can throw down.
Yeah. Max has been mixing it up a little bit. From what I've seen over here, the only one's doing the damage is him. In fact, Friday night, he laid a hit on Ryan Reeves that rattled my bones from up here at the press box, So Ryan Reeves didn't like it too much either, And then in the post-game presser, they brought in Matt Zuccarello in as well. He had a couple of goals on Friday night. And what's interesting about this team, in fact, I was listening to some Minnesota Wild radio on my way in to the stadium tonight, into the arena tonight, and they were talking about Matt Zuccarello, and he had been in a slump. And in fact, that's in the last few games leading up to the playoffs, and in the first two games of this series, he hadn't done anything. So he was getting a lot of pressure from the media and, of course, the team, and he responded on game number three. So again, the Stars find themselves in a hole. And from an offensive standpoint, it looks like they were not finding any space. They were not getting any shots. I think they whatever they did to Rope Hintz from a defensive standpoint is because Rope Hintz went from a hat trick to no shots on goal. What are your thoughts on that reversal?
Well, I mean, okay, so here's the thing. They've been criticized for years over being a one line team. And with the emergence of Robertson, Hence, Pavelski, you've got Wyatt Johnston now. There's no reason why that team is a one line team. I don't know what they need to do, but they need to get the attention off Rupe. Maybe Robertson needs to get courageous, shall I say, put it gently, and start shooting. That would be nice.
Right. Well, you again. I think that's how they played the other night. But it was their fourth line who ended up getting the goal on Friday night, and center Luke Glendening is the one who scored about 11 seconds after the Wild had went up 2-0. So for a moment there was life. It didn't last long. But again, the fourth line actually did just as well as any line the other night in generating opportunities and shots on goal and things of that nature. So again, that's what they have been. You're 100% right. And what I've noticed quite a bit in years past is them looking for the perfect shot, as opposed to throwing the puck on the net. And it has been shown to me, you throw that puck around the net, it bounces. I mean, that's how they lost in overtime in game one, in my estimation. Is they were, the Wild were just getting the puck on net, and you got a weird bounce, rebound. Goalie gets in a situation where his vision is distracted, and the puck gets to bouncing, and you get a lucky bounce. So the perfect shot isn't going to get it because they're not giving you the perfect shot today. Agreed?
That's right. Yeah, I've said that on the podcast. Go around with it.
Hang on one second, JJ. We lost your volume a little bit. Try it again.
Okay,
Okay, we still don't have you, JJ.
how's that?
Okay, there you go.
I've said in the podcast as well. They need to just go ahead and shoot because it's not always going to come
Right,
perfectly. They should be crashing the net from the fourth line all the way up to the first.
right,
They,
right.
go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish your thought.
It looks like, from my perspective, that the Wild can spread us out really easily. And maybe I'm seeing it the other way around, but they got to work on just throwing it. That's it.
Right. Just throw the puck on net, and good things happen. Because the perfect shot sometimes. And the other night, even one of my colleagues mentioned, in fact, Saad Yusuf of the Athletic. I frequently mention him because his perspective on the game and what he's seeing is top notch as far as I'm concerned. And he mentioned, he goes, man, I think he tweeted it during the game that he had never seen Jamie Benn as hesitant as he was the other night. It may have been in Robo, we're a little hesitant the other night. So were you noticing that from watching at home?
Jamie is not the same Jamie. I will say that. You're absolutely correct. I don't know what it is. I don't know if he's afraid of getting hit. I don't know if he's playing hurt, but he's not the same Jamie at all. We call him Beast Mode Ben if you poke around social media, right?
Uh-huh.
Beast Mode Ben is non-existent. Where did he go?
Right. Yeah. So a lot of these guys, I hadn't heard, especially on game three. I didn't hear very much from Miro. Todd Delandria his name came up a time or two. Roddick Fox had a pretty decent game again. on Friday night. Not enough to get it done. Obviously, we're hurting from missing Joe. By losing Pavelski, did that lose the series as well in your estimation?
That's the tough one because this team does have the talent to do the next man up mentality, but he brings so much. He brings heart. He brings a silent leadership that you can see, energy even. He's the anchor to that Hence Pavelski Robertson line, and it's like I guess it's like a queen ant or bee or whatever, leaving the
Yeah.
colony.
uh,
Yeah, they do seem to be kind of lost.
right. Also, the other night, every time Ryan Suter touched the puck, the Boo Birds were out in force. Again, it was literally rattling the press box up here every time Suter touched the puck. So that was very interesting the other night. Did y'all pick that up, watching live as well?
Oh yeah, I thought it was Matt Dumba though. Oh wait, no, I didn't. That was in Minnesota, wasn't it? You said.
Yeah. Yeah, here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. No, I got that wrong. Because sorry. Um, yeah, I heard it. I didn't know who it was for, but I didn't even think about Suter because he's been quiet too.
yeah. Yeah. So, what about Jake Otter? What are your thoughts on Otto, the dancing otter? Do you think? What do you think of his game the other night? I'm of the opinion. Well, I'll save my opinion until you give yours. What do you think about Otto and his game from Friday night?
I love Jake. You can't put the loss on him solely. You got to play around him too. And if you don't play around him, the kid's gonna get tired. I mean, for crying out loud, they threw him into the final a couple years ago against Tampa Bay as his first game, right? And he proved that he was ready. So it's not all on him.
Yeah, yeah, I would have to agree. I saw it the exact same way. I don't think they gave him very many good opportunities. Again, they allowed Minnesota to get traffic in front of the net and whatnot. So that was a problem. As you well know, that's a problem for any goalie. They need their eyes to be good. And if you take their eyes away because there's so much traffic in the net or in and around the net, just in front of the crease and whatnot, it's going to be difficult to stop a puck if you can't see it, right?
Right.
All right, so yeah, Max Domi, he's been the heavy for us up to this point. We need him to step it up. Mason Marchman is, he's had some up and down games. One minute I'll see him lay the leather on someone, and then the next minute I'll see him be careless with the puck. So uh, we need some consistency out of him. I know he's just coming back from injury, so I don't know if he's having trouble stating, with his win, from because I know that's one of the hardest things for any athlete to do when they come back from an injury is to get their win, to get their conditioning and their stamina. What are you seeing? You seeing any?
Um, you know what? I think he's gonna do the best he can, and that's all we can ask of him, really.
Right. What about these youngsters like Wyatt Johnston? His first time in the Stanley Cup playoffs. You think this Minnesota crowd stunned him the other night and kind of had him sleeping?
Oh, possibly. I mean, but he's been on the line with Jamie Benn, I believe,
Yep.
and all he has to do is pay attention to Big Brother Jamie, follow his lead, and I think he's golden from there. I don't think if he's in some sort of slump or if he's stunned, I don't think it's going to last very long. He's a good kid.
Right. Okay. And then what about now? A kid that I am very, very happy with his performance through the entire series thus far, and I want to get your thoughts on him. And that is defenseman Thomas Harley. What are you seeing out of him?
Oh gosh, man, they compared him to, I think it was Sergei Zubov the other night.
Wow, that's a great company, isn't it?
That is a very good compliment, and I'm looking at him going, I genuinely did not put two and two together, but after thinking about it a little bit, yeah, he could be the next Sergei Zubov. He could even be the next Darian Hatcher.
Yeah.
Hatcher is one of those guys that didn't like the physicality that somebody else would bring. So,
Right.
he could bring the, should I say, gumption? Maybe
Mm-hmm.
he should kind of man up and be like, yeah, this is mine, and he has the power to take ownership and leadership and just start
Yeah.
beating heads in. I'd love to see it.
Yeah. Well, the other night, one of our ex players and John Klingberg, he was a problem the other day too. What did you see from him that you liked or disliked from the Stars' perspective?
Ooh, well, that's a tough one because I've always liked him. He can fire the puck, he can uh, quarterback a power play, and when Dallas let him walk, that's exactly what they missed. So
Right, right.
I
Yeah,
like him.
yeah. And I was checking out the face-off percentages the other day. One of the uh, issues that we had, as far as I was concerned, we were supposed to, the Stars were supposed to be head and shoulders above on the face-offs. However, their face-off percentage is just at about 56%. Hold on, just one moment. I'm getting the exact numbers. Give me just 1 second. Okay, so it is 58% on face-offs, and most of the people, I guess, would say that they're happy with that, but I need that number to be closer to 65, 70%, because again, if you remember back in game two, winning those face-offs, that's one of the reasons why they got those back-to-back goals. 3 seconds on one power play, 6 seconds on the other, is because you were dominant from a face-off standpoint. What do you see? How is it coming across? If I had to guess, would you have guessed 58% on face-offs?
Oh, easily, easily.
Okay.
That's been the going rate during this season anyway. That they're one of the top five, I think, face-off machines.
Oh yeah, yeah, they are.
So yeah, I mean, and here's the thing that irks me: when you control the puck like that, then you control the game.
That's right. That's
So
right.
I mean, I don't
Uh,
know.
Now, Luke Glendening, I mentioned him earlier, scoring the lone goal for the Stars in game number three. He individually in faceoffs, he's gone 17 for 24, so he's actually 70.8% on the faceoff percentage himself, right at 71%. And he is leading all star skaters in faceoffs. Um, Yoel Kiviranta, he is actually he posted his second point in 2 games as well. He shared fifth in points and second in assists amongst all star skaters in the series. So maybe we can get that Joel Kiviranta back from the bubble a couple of years ago. When they were saying effing Kiviranta, maybe he'll heat up here, right?
That'd be nice. It'd be nice if all of them just decided to heat up a little bit.
And like I said, I mentioned Rick Foxa the other night. He recorded his first point of the series Friday night with an assist on the goal by Luke Glendening. Um, he's actually logged 8 hits and one block shot, and he's gone 9 for 9. Excuse me, 9 for 19 in faceoff. So his faceoff percentage is 47.4%. So again, I'd like to get that up. You got to dominate in faceoffs
That's right.
because again, it leads to puck possession, and you got to keep it out of their hands and make it uncomfortable for them when they do have the puck. Um, Again, Evgeny Kadanov, he scored 2 goals in game number two. And then Jake Ottinger, his save percentage now is at .898, so it has dropped below 90%. And his goals against average is at a 2.87. Again, he's a Lakeville, Minnesota native. I think the Coach DeBoer, told him don't be buying a whole bunch of tickets because you'll go broke for family and friends here. I just hope the family and friends don't serve as a distraction, and I hope they can get back to it. But Minnesota, again, they claim themselves as the state of hockey, and so far we have not done a very good job of dispelling that self-given moniker.
That's true.
All right, so why don't you do this for me so we can end this one? Got about 5 minutes before I gotta wrap it up. Give me your keys to the game. Give me 3 keys to a Stars game, either do's or don'ts.
Okay. If you're gonna take penalties, take smart penalties. So stay away from stupid penalties. Park your butt in front of the goaltender at all times, and um, hit him hard, hit him fast.
Right. Okay. Great. And then I'm mentioning that, talking about the penalties, and I'm going to say one of my keys to the game is Minnesota, they're going to take the Wild are going to take some penalties. You got to make them play. Right now, we're 5 for 13 on the power play, giving us a power play percentage of 38.5%. And on the penalty kill, we are 10 for 13, so that gives us an average of 76.9%. I'm okay with the penalty kill. I'd like to see a little bit more out of the power play. So that would be one of my keys to the game, making them pay on the power play. Number two, I want to say you got to make it uncomfortable for their skill guys. You got to try to get into Dumba's head. You got to try to get into Reeves' head, and take the physicality to them. As far as I'm concerned, the best way to beat a bear, to beat a wolf, is to beat him in his own game. So they're used to doling out the punishment, not being given the punishment. So I think you got to get physical with them. And then last but not least, I said this in the pregame with Benn before Friday night's game, and I did predict that Minnesota win that night. Is that Jake? As so goes Jake, so goes the Stars. So Jake has got to be exceptional. He's got to be Superman. He can't only stop the shots that should be stopped. He's got to stop the shots that shouldn't be stopped. I think he's the key. And all hockey fans know we have seen hot goalies, teams ride hot goalies all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals. So we need Jake to be that dancing otter he is and stand on his head. And those are my keys to the game. So let's give this let's give our predictions for tonight, and then we'll wrap this one up. So, what do you think's gonna happen tonight? Who do you
got? If last game is any indication, I'm gonna go Minnesota, and they're gonna kick them again. But if they decide they want to man up and play like they did the night before, then it's Stars all the way. It depends on what team they bring to the ice. So I'll go, being optimistic here, I'm going 3-2 Stars.
Okay, so you're going, you're actually picking the Stars. Okay. So for me, again, one of the things I think you will know is that from a BS3 network perspective, we love our local teams, but we're going to try to tell you like it is as best we can, and maintain that journalistic integrity. I don't think anybody is doubting that I'm pulling for the Stars. Unfortunately, I think the momentum sits with the Wild. I think their home crowd is going to make a difference, and I think their physicality is going to continue to present a problem. And without Joe Pavelski, I don't know if we can overcome that right now. So the other night, I thought it was going to be like a 2-1, 3-2 game. It ended up being more like a 4-1 game. I'm not really counting that empty netter, at the end. It was a 4-1 game, so it was a lot worse than I thought it was. I think the Stars played better tonight than they did Friday night, but I don't think it's enough to get them over the top. I think the Stars go down 3-1, and the series is in peril after that. I hope I'm wrong.
Me too.
I appreciate you for jumping on with me, JJ. It's been a pleasure. For all of you listening out there, we appreciate your support of BS3 Network and BS3 Sports. And hey, get out on the knees, say a prayer for the Stars, and we'll see you next time on BS3 Network.
Thanks for having me, man.
Resilience. It's the ability to recover or adjust to misfortune. In the wake of a heartbreaking overtime loss in Game 1, and playing on in the absence of one of their leaders, the Stars' resolve powered through with an offensive exhibition of excellence.
Short-handed, broke the hit, scores! circuit here now. The hat trick for Rope Hintz. The Stars fans let him fly. The Stars do indeed respond and tie this series at 1 game apiece.
In a series full of storylines, the scene now shifts to St. Paul and resets to a best of 5. Welcome to Game 3.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.